I will be king of the Angles
and
of the Saxons.
Oh, the whole thing. All of this is mine, yo. Boom shakalaka. Hi, welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra, and this is Panda, and we're in my panda lair to watch the 4th episode of Season 5 of Last Kingdom. And unfortunately, we don't have Ken today. He has already watched this episode because I had to plan around it. So hopefully we will see him for the next episode. So last time we watched Last Kingdom, everyone was basically converging upon Mercia, or wherever Lady Athelfled is right now. I'm pretty sure it's Mercia. Edward's going there. Uhtred's going there. And so is Brida, I believe. I think Brida's heading there. I'm not sure. The last episode, we had a lot of things come to a head. The battle went down for Storia's little castle area, and Uhtred's people came in, and unfortunately Brida made a very stupid mistake, and her daughter died. Of course, she'll blame Uhtred for that, as she does for everything. She's also kidnapped Peerlig, so I'm not too sure what's going on with him. Edward and Uhtred both found out that Athelfled is dying, so they're on their way there because they don't quite believe it. They kind of have to see it for themselves. Edward also is now wise to the fact that Athelhelm is trying to get his son on the throne of Mercia in place of his niece, who is the actual heir to that throne. She doesn't really want it, but then Athelfled finally told her that she's dying. Aelswith is completely ignoring the fact that Athelfled's dying. She cannot handle it, so she's come up with some, reasons why Athelfled isn't really dying. So there's a lot going on there. And we saw the sad part where Eldhelm he's holding his own, but he loves her, and he's always had to keep that kind of a secret. And so he'll do anything for her, basically. So they're all heading there. And I think that's where we're at. I don't think I'm missing any of the, I don't think I'm missing any of the stories that are verging onto there. So let's see if anybody left any comments for us from last time. So C. Sophia S., welcome back. My favorite scene in this episode was Finan breaking the sad news about Athelfled to Uhtred. Alexander Draymond's performance was so touching. Yes, it was really, really good. And I hope I kept a little bit of that in. Sometimes it's hard to pick the really touching scenes to put in because you're not really reacting to them at the time because you're so into being a part of them. I'm becoming more and more aware to keep those parts of the story in because they're so touching and people really want to see them again. So let's get busy and watch today's episode.
Isolde.
Destiny. Isolde. Oh, I forgot about this part. Yeah. I totally forgot the part that Stiora was gonna. We were making him walk 7 paces? Or is it 9? It's 9, not 7. Okay. He's gonna live, man. The burns on his hands. Oh.
If the gods have not healed you by the 3rd sunrise, they have abandoned you to die. As will I.
Yeah, that would hurt, dude. Now you better get there before she dies, dude.
Will you escort me?
To go where?
Where are you going?
I have some obligations I must attend to.
Girl! How are you even doing this?
Let us go. There is your God as well, Brida. Do not forget what your life began with him. Not the Danes.
That's
You
true.
are his child, just like we all.
Tell me then, why did he abandon me?
You didn't.
Why?
You didn't. You did all
If
that.
Sitrggr was his child, why did he let her die? Why? Help him!
You're crazy, Brida. You are crazy.
When is it?
It is time to fight what is happening to you.
Do not be naive, Uhtred. The battle is done.
Yeah, she can't do anything about
You're
that.
giving up so easily.
I am not giving up.
That's
I
not-
did not choose this path that God has given to me.
Yeah, she can't fight that. There's no chemotherapy in that time.
Your life is not here with me. Elfwin is not your kin. I did not help you when you came to me.
Stop.
Yeah,
I will protect Athelfled and Mercia as best I can.
yeah, always. I love you! That makes sense that she's not allowed to. She won't live till
So
spring.
all these years I could have been sneaking in your town.
To hump you. Uhtred. Oh man. How many times did she cut you, Peerlig? What are you doing now, Brida? What do you
I wish a
want?
chance to pray.
There is not something that my God does.
Life for life, then. Oh, really, give yourself to me. Forgive me.
No, there is no trading lives!
And consider it a threat. Return her to me, or this one's death will be on your hands.
I cannot do that.
But your God can he not? You're his voice, so speak. Give her back. Give her
Dear
back.
God, spare her. Put no more blood on her hands. She was born your servant. She need not die in torment. She can still repent and join her daughter in paradise.
Yeah, kill yourself, Brida. Stop killing other people. Jesus. God, you're crazy. Yeah, run, dude. Get out of there. She's gonna kill you all because she wants her daughter back.
Daughter's dead.
She is. And that's your fault. You're not seeming to understand that concept. You told her to jump.
That does not answer my question.
No, it doesn't. She wants to know if we'd want to be with her. Duh.
I have dreamed of us.
Yeah.
As a family.
You are carrying so much pain.
Yes.
I would have told you.
Hmm.
Now, your daughter had no chance to sin.
She made others kill for her.
No, she didn't. You did.
It's the same as if the knife was in her hand.
What did our
No.
parents teach us? She was trying to please you, that is all.
That's right.
It's not her sin to repent for.
No, it's yours. You're the one who made her do that.
It's not too late to believe in him, Brida. It is never too late.
Believing in your God made the Danes weak. They lost their souls. My daughter lost her life.
No, that was you.
I
Again.
blame you.
Really? Because I blame you. I blame you,
I
Brida.
blame your church. Your kings and your queens.
Stop.
There was no honor in what he did to us, and yet you would forgive him.
The gods have forgiven him. He passed their trial. He must be in their favor.
If his flesh begins to heal, then we can talk about allowing him back into the city.
Listen to me. He is my brother.
And I am your wife.
That's right. Your brother is crookedly evil,
His
man.
fate is set. It's in the hands of the gods now. He will die or he will survive.
I have given him the entirety of my life, and I am left with nothing.
That's not true. Got grandchildren and Edward. Oh, that's my kid, man. It looks so much like him too.
I should like to talk further with you.
Good.
Much has changed in both of our lives, but now is not the time. It is good to see you, Athelfled.
She would not have delayed it, and neither will I.
You are in mourning. You won't be forgiven.
My mother would not forgive me.
That's right. She said, get on with
I will not
it.
deny this land or its people what she wanted for them.
Do not think it is her choice.
Because it is our destiny.
Maybe.
And destiny is cruel.
Destiny is
All
all.
it seems to do is cause us sorrow and pain.
Stay yourself. The throne is taken after the written needs not before.
Who put you in
I
charge?
expect to see you here. I am here to show respect.
Oh, I doubt that. A man who has no respect cannot show it, surely. Lord King.
This is taking too long. We must announce her death.
I would think it were the king's decision as to when the bells should be rung, my lord.
I was merely suggesting.
That you understood the king's grief better than he himself.
Who are you to speak to me this way?
You would watch your tongue.
Yeah, man. We could talk to you any way
Bells
we
will
want.
ring in good time.
Something's wrong. Just go back to bed. Get some sleep. Lord Uhtred might be with us in the morning.
No, we'll get up.
Did you see that? Wake up. Wake up.
It's the air. Your eyes playing tricks on you. Just...
No, dude, get up. Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling about this. They're gonna kill all the other men that didn't follow along. Oh, something's not right up in here.
Athelfled.
No! I knew it! Run, Athelfled! No! Sitrggr! Killed all the eldermen. No! No! Watch out! Get up!
Listen.
You. What did you do?
You overstepped your bounds, Lord Athelfled. The only explanation I need offer is the example of our past. The strength of Wessex and Mercia both only improved under the alliance with my sister. I could not see that strength fade now.
Lady Athelfled's choice of successor is her daughter. She has her mother's strength.
I have not seen it.
Oh.
My sister's strength came with time. Had she known it were possible to unite the kingdom,
She would not have done it with the blood of unarmed innocents on her hands.
Her hands were unsullied. The choice was mine alone. And I was forced to act. The
Woo!
Eldermen had already accepted bribes to sway their minds away from my sister's wishes. And
Yeah.
in doing so, I've ensured Mercia's protection.
Guess what? I rolled up in here. I'm just happy because Athelfled didn't get his way. I don't care what you did, Edward, but I don't think that's going to go over well with
I will
Mercia.
do as God wills. I will be king of the Angles
And
and of the Saxons.
oh, the whole thing. All of this is mine, yo. Boom shakalaka. Alright. Bow down. Bow down. Wow, Edward, that was quite something. But you almost got your kid killed in the process, just so you know.
What of you, brother?
Have you forgiven me?
Ah,
It was Theodore's choice. You would be left to fend for yourselves.
yeah.
And unlucky that it is not.
Don't push your luck.
She is not a true Dane.
A true Dane would not betray their family as you did.
That's right. She's just mad because of what you did to him. She's loyal. I don't know about this, Edward. It might make Mercia people really mad that you killed all their old dudes. I don't think they'll be too happy about it.
Are you going to retaliate?
He did what kings have always done. No king has ever ruled bloodlessly. It is not in their nature.
There's no way to become a king, Uhtred.
I think it might be the only way.
Yep. Alright, wow. Okay, that one had a lot of sadness in it and a couple surprises. So, 2 parallel deaths were happening. We had the death of Vivica, which we'd already seen happen, and Brida trying to get over her death or deal with her death. She tortured Pyrlig for a while, teased him and bugged him about his god, and Pyrlig was the only one that could convince her or even get her to stop being crazy for a bit. She tried to kill one of her men to trade his life for her daughter's life. After that was thwarted by Pyrlig's words, the men abandoned her because who wants to stay with that crazy lady who's trying to kill us to get her daughter back? So yeah, then she was alone and she was questioning everything, and finally Pyrlig helped her bury her daughter in what looked like a cave. On the other side of things, we had Uhtred arrived just before Athelfled died. He and her talked about how they wish they could have been together instead, but that wasn't meant to be. And basically, she died with Uhtred in us being together, kind of hugging each other. She just fell asleep and died against him. So that was a nice way for her to go out. Of course, Edward arrived too late to talk to her, and Uhtred had to break the news to Aelswith, who was really upset because God did not listen to her, so she thought, and was very, very mad and questioning all of the things she's ever done in support of God. So she was having quite some time with that. Then came the succession issue. Elfwin was pretty sure she was just going to take over and everything would be cool, but Uhtred knew that was not the case. Edward had already figured out Ethelhelm's plan to pay off the aldermen, and there was a little scene between Athelfled before she died, thanking one of the aldermen for all that he'd done and gave him land and everything. Then his wife was like, well, you had to do what you had to do, meaning, you got bribed by that dude. So Edward, thinking 10 steps ahead, offed all the eldermen with his army before they could get to the Witten to change the rules and basically give Edward's younger son the throne, Athelhelm's grandson. So that did not happen, and Edward was pretty proud of himself and decided he was king of everything. So he is now the king of Mercia as well, and he's right. That's how kings do things. It's always bloodshed that decides who's going to be king. I mean, it was for quite some time anyway. If you think beyond this story, the War of the Roses basically was constantly offing people to claim the throne back and forth. When Edward III's sons seemed to think they had all the same claim to it. So there was Edmund, Duke of York's line against John of Gaunt, Duke of Lancaster's line, Lancaster and the Yorks, against each other for years and years and years, until the Lancastrian king Henry VII battled Richard III. Richard III lost, and Henry VII became the king. Lancasters were actually, I'd have to look at it again. I know a lot about lineage of the English monarchy, but Henry VII then married Edward IV, who was Richard III's brother's daughter, Elizabeth, Princess of York, and that's when they created the Tudor line. The Tudor rose combines the Lancaster and the York rose into one, creating one dynasty from then on out. And the Tudor name came from Henry VII's father, Edmund Tudor. I think it was Edmund. Jasper was his brother, but the name of his actual father is more hard for me to remember because he died when Henry VII was very little. I think like he was just a baby. Anyway, nowadays we don't see that in the English monarchy. It's basically passed down from heir to heir. Anyway, I just really like that, and I find that stuff really interesting. A little side trip there. Hopefully that wasn't too boring, but really love the history of that monarchy. So, yeah, so it's not unusual for someone to declare they own the throne when they have overthrown by blood. Well, basically, Edward was the sister of the previous Queen of Mercia, the uncle of the heir to the throne. He sort of has a claim to it, and he took it. Athelfled had no claim to it whatsoever, neither did his grandson. Edward would have more of a claim than his grandson, his own son would have. Unfortunately, in all that alderman killing, Athelstan, Edward's oldest son, was the one who saw it going down and got caught up in it. Luckily, Uhtred heard him yelling and came and saved him before he got killed. He did last the longest of all the ealdormen, and he was mad at Edward. He was like, first he saw him at an earlier time and was like, hey, thanks for, ignoring me and not really being my father. And Edward's like, well, we know each other now. And he doesn't know that Edward put Athelstan under the protection of Uhtred, or maybe he does know. But to me, that was Edward showing love for his own son. He knew he'd be in danger if he stayed in Winchester. They'd kill him. Athelfled would have had him killed 20 times. So he's much safer with Uhtred. But then later on, he gave Edward a good mouth thrashing because he was like, you shouldn't have done that. And was like, I did what kings do all through the centuries. You've got Uhtred's moral compass, which is nice, but I had to do what I had to do. I'm not sure that there was another way, to be honest, because Elfwin would have been overthrown and Athelfled would have had a lot of control over Mercia. So Edward did make the best call he could make because the aldermen were already paid off. Their votes were all going to go to Athelfled. So you got to kill him off in order to not get that. So don't be bribed, my friends, because the real heir to the throne is going to come get you. It might seem really fancy to be part of the royal court, to have the power, but it's the most dangerous place to be, because if you fall out of favor with the king or queen, or whoever it might be, next on the chopping block to die. Power, if you can't hold on to that power, you're the next to die, and even if you have the power, you're always going to be on someone's hit list, so it's much safer to be a peasant and not have anything to do with the royal court. And that's what I'm going to say there. So where are we taking the story from here? I don't know. We still have the arc of Uhtred and Brida. Is Brida coming around? Sitrggr, his brother, survived the whole burning my hands off ordeal. And then it healed, so he was allowed back in. Stiorra is not going to like that. She thinks Sitrggr is being way too nice to his brother. I agree. I think he's going to backstab him or try to kill Stiorra. The guy's no good, and Stiorra knows it. And you're being way too soft, Sitrggr. I'm sorry. You should have lopped his little head off when you had the chance, because I think Sitrggr is going to come to regret this or be killed in the process. That is my theory. I don't know what's next with Athelstan and Uhtred. Perhaps there'll be a time jump, and we'll see Athelstan possibly growing up and becoming the next king. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there. So I'm not entirely sure where the arc is going now. All I know is that Uhtred still doesn't have Bebbanburg, and he and Brida are still far apart. And since we started with them being like brother and sister. We think we need to get back to that point, possibly, if possible. But Brida's done a lot of nasty things to Uhtred's kids. But he's forgiven her before. Will he do it again? I don't know. That's it for now. We'll be doing The Last Kingdom, episode 5 on Sunday night. So look for it Monday posted. Bye.